Alright, I've already made a video about this once kind of before. I'm going to change it up a little bit. If you feel the need to become a nurse, here are some reasons why you should not become a nurse. You should not become a nurse. Just because you say yes to any of these reasons doesn't necessarily mean that you shouldn't become a nurse, but it does mean you should probably think a little bit harder before becoming a nurse. Let's go ahead and start out with nursing school itself. If you hate school, you hate studying, you hate school, you just hate it. Not necessarily school is hard, because nursing school is hard. School itself was hard for me. High school, I was before No Child Left Behind, We Could Fail. School itself was hard for me, but I still passed nursing school. And it's not because I hated school that it was hard for me. It was just hard for me just in general. So, not necessarily that school is hard, but if you hate school, you hate studying, you hate reading a lot, maybe nursing isn't for you, because you still have to pass nursing school. It is hard. And if you already hate school, you're really going to hate nursing school. Number two, if you find it uncomfortable sometimes giving bad information, not necessarily bad information, but bad news, or you find it uncomfortable talking to people about certain things, sometimes you have to talk about genital areas. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. Sometimes you have to ask a question that you really don't want to ask, but you still got to get the information to that question. Maybe nursing's not for you. If you feel like you just get very uncomfortable asking someone, how did you get this rash? I'm going to keep it as PG as I can. And when they go into great detail about how they got that, if you find yourself uncomfortable and not able to chart it, maybe nursing's not for you, or maybe a certain area of nursing is not for you. Looking your way, hospital nurses, because sometimes even med-surg, or not even med-surg, you probably get more of those questions. Maybe ICU, you're going to get some of those questions. If you find yourself in difficult situations, kind of hard to manage your emotions, maybe nursing's not quite for you. Especially kind of looking at you ICU nurses in this one. Y'all can chime in if you want to. You're going to see various people in various states of got beat up, car wrecks, various stages of abuse. You're going to hear terrible stories. If you can't emotionally handle that, maybe nursing's not for you. A lot of times is what I hear that kind of makes me like, dang, I'm going to have to take a step back for that. I'm not saying you need to be cold-hearted, because I try not to be cold-hearted, but you're going to hear bad things. You're going to hear bad stories about bad people, and you're going to see the outcome of the bad stories from bad people. You're going to, some of these things are going to break your heart. If you can't handle that, maybe nursing's not for you. I hate to be kind of a Debbie Downer, but if you find yourself in this career after going through the school and all of a sudden you hate it, that's not good. I worked with a nurse one time, very intelligent girl, very driven, very intelligent, but could not handle if something gross came out of someone. Literally could not handle it. She was very competent, very good, very strong nurse in her med management, time management, organization, everything. But when someone pooped in the floor, she lost her mind. And, she said she was a CNA coming into it, so she should have known eventually I'm going to have to see somebody poop in the floor. And she just couldn't handle it. So you kind of really need to take into effect what you can and can't handle before you become a nurse. And this is why I always stress to people, become a CNA first. If you become a CNA first, you're going to at least get a touch of something. You're going to get a touch of these heartstring stories. You're going to get a touch of looking at people who've been beat up, or maybe in car wrecks, or children in various stages of abuse. These things get you as a CNA, you hopefully don't have very much time invested, and you know you can get into something else. But as a nurse, you're invested quite a bit. So, like I said, not to be a Debbie Downer, if you can't handle these things, maybe nursing isn't for you. I hate to say it, but I would rather see people get into nursing and be okay with everything they're about to see and do and smell and hear, than have somebody get into it and then all of a sudden, this isn't for me, and they got to get out of it. So, I hope it helps. Thank you much.